Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So we are still currently in New South Wales, but I have come, I would say, southwest of Port Macquarie. So we've come slightly inland, and I thought this afternoon we would kick it off by checking out Ellenborough Falls. Now, if you don't know this falls, it is literally New South Wales' largest single drop waterfall. So it definitely had to be on the list of places to come and check out on the way through. But I have stopped off on the way. Like, the road in is like pretty long, it's like gravel, a little bit corrugated, but the most beautiful, like picturesque mountains are in the background. So we're gonna throw the drone up here and then we're gonna make our way over to Ellenborough Falls. So once you actually get to Ellenborough Falls, you can actually just park up and literally stay at the top. There is the most beautiful viewing platform that offers like the perfect like vantage point of the falls itself. But if you're up for a little bit of an adventure, I think I mentioned that this is New South Wales' like largest single drop waterfall. So it's 200 meters right to the base, which means that there is a lot of stairs, which is exactly what we're going to tackle now. But in total, I think there's like a 400-meter walking path and then 641 steps to get to the base. So let's get to it. But already there is like the most beautiful view, so I think we're going to be stopping a lot along the way. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I have stopped off at what would be like the very last viewing platform before you get right down to the base of the falls. So the noise and the off spray are definitely next level here, but if you want to go right down to the base of the falls from here, it pretty much requires a little bit of a rock scramble, but so worth it. But already like this view right where we are is absolutely beautiful. There's something so humbling about standing at the bottom of a huge waterfall. power of that waterfall was absolutely insane, but so cool to be able to stand at the bottom of it. But I'm going to start tackling the 641 steps to get to the top, and then we're going to figure out where to camp for tonight. Alright, we made it back to the car in one piece, although I feel like my legs are going to be very jelly for the rest of the day. From here, I think we're going to go head out to a spot called Swans Crossing Campground. It's about an hour from here, but it is actually a free campsite on a creek, and apparently it's like incredible. So fingers crossed we can get a spot. It is the weekend after all, so we might have to head out there and then think of a plan B if we can't get a spot, but let's go check it out. So we finally made it out to the campsite, and this is probably by far like one of the most confusing places to find, but we managed to get there in the end. As expected, it is super busy, so I've managed to sneak in between a couple of different people. It might be a pretty chill afternoon regardless. As I mentioned, this is literally right on the creek, so I've come for a little bit of a walk down. Absolutely stunning. I'm definitely going to be coming down here this afternoon for a little swim, or even tomorrow morning. First things first, I'm going to show you guys this spot, and then we're going to go set up for the night, and then yeah, figure out what we're going to do for tomorrow. Late afternoon swim was definitely worth it, but now I'm actually on the cold side, so I reckon we go back to camp, set up a fire and have some dinner. So I've had a little bit of a later start to the day, but I've got my morning coffee. I actually woke up to a snake outside of my tent. Thank God for rooftop tents, that's all I can say. But the poor little guy is actually injured. Like right now, I'll have to give you guys a little bit of a look, but when I woke up this morning, he was sort of moving slowly and I could tell that he was injured. And right now, I think he's actually dead, which is so sad. Like in instances like that here in Australia anyway, you can actually call like local, I guess, wildlife people, but because he was obviously so severely injured and we're pretty far out, they wouldn't get out here in time anyway. But yeah, definitely sad to see any kind of wildlife injured. But yeah, for this morning, I might do a little bit more exploring around here. I think we actually have a wild strawberry bush literally right behind us as well. And obviously we've got the creek. And then I think we're going to head back down towards the coast today. So pretty much all packed up for camp now, but I thought I'd come over here and show you guys this wild strawberry tree that I found. I'm almost tempted to actually pick some, but I don't think they're quite ripe enough just yet. So I made it all the way to the coast to a spot called Foster, and turns out that there is an extreme marine wind warning. So that is not ideal, especially for the rock pool I was going to bring you guys along on. I have been out there before and I know for a fact that it is super exposed, so I thought that would just be a terrible idea for today. We can't really avoid the wind, so we're just gonna have to roll with it anyway. There is actually a spot out here that I've really been keen to tick off my list, which is McBride's Beach. So this one here, it's not super popular just because you do have to do a bit of a walk to get down to the beach, but it's only like 500 meters, like it's under a kilometer, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go check that out. Apparently there is some rock pools in there as well. I think we're gonna have some lunch and then we'll hike on in. So it's more like 700 meters, but such a beautiful walk. It almost like gives you like rainforest vibes just because of that little creek that runs through it as well. But this beach is already so beautiful. So that section I just showed you guys, that is the rock pool. So the swell today is just out of control. So we definitely won't be jumping in there. It might just be a little bit more of a chill on the beach kind of day. So I went on a little treasure hunt. I found the cutest shells, but I also found like a coconut. Whether or not there's anything in here, who knows? But I'm gonna give it a crack and see if we can open it up. I think we actually opened it. That was actually easier to open than I thought. There was definitely no liquid inside of there, but I'm almost tempted to actually try the coconut itself. I mean, it definitely tastes like coconut, but it's like, it almost tastes like it's not ripe enough, if that's a thing, but either way. The wind seems to have died off ever so slightly, so I'm gonna risk it and throw the drone up because I just feel like the beach with all of these mountains surrounding is going to be such a beautiful shot. It has been so nice relaxing by the beach for the last couple of hours, but it's about 4 o'clock now. I actually did book a local campsite, so about 15 minutes from here. It is the Ruins. I think it was like $20 or $25 per night, but before we head out, we're gonna hike up out of here, and then there is also a lookout we can check out as well. So I've made it out to the ruins campground, set up for the night, and I've come down to the beach to watch the sunset, but I am going to wrap up this video here. So thank you guys so much for following along. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Now next week we will be in the Blue Mountains, which I'm so excited for. Once I actually realized how little time I had, I realized there might be only like 1 or 2 videos in the Blue Mountains before we head back up to Queensland just for the Brisbane 4x4 show. But either way, we'll see what I can bring you guys, but I'll see you guys all in the next one.